What if a single gas discovery could spark the next major standoff in the South China Sea? The waters west of Palawan are back in the global spotlight, and this time, it's all about energy and power. In early 2026, the Philippines confirmed a major natural gas discovery just east of the Malampaya field. The catch? The site sits inside Manila's legal economic zone, but also inside an area claimed by China under its controversial 9-line. That single discovery instantly raised the stakes. For the Philippines, this isn't just another gas field, it's a potential game changer. On January 19, 2026, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. announced that large amounts of natural gas were found at the Malampaya East, one well, just 5 kilometers from the country's longtime energy lifeline. Malampaya has powered the Philippines for over 20 years, and this new find could extend that legacy. Early estimates suggest the reservoir may hold around 98 billion cubic feet of gas. That's enough to generate billions of kilowatt hours of electricity every year. At a time when energy demand is surging, driven by population growth, urbanization, and a growing economy, this discovery could reduce reliance on expensive energy imports and protect the country from wild global price swings. But this isn't just about electricity. Manila has made one thing clear: protecting this resource is about sovereignty as much as economics. With Washington and Beijing already locked in a broader Indo-Pacific rivalry, this gas find adds fresh fuel to an already tense geopolitical contest. And this may not be the end of the story. Philippine energy officials say more drilling results could come later this year, raising the possibility that Malampaya East is just the beginning of a new energy chapter for the country. What started as a discovery beneath the sea could soon reshape the Philippines' economy, its security, and its place in the region. The response was almost immediate. As soon as the discovery went public, the Philippine military and Coast Guard moved in. Patrols around the gas field were ramped up. Offshore patrol vessels were deployed. Surveillance aircraft took to the skies. The message was unmistakable. This gas field isn't just an energy project, it's national infrastructure, and protecting it is part of defending the country itself. Senior military officials didn't mince words. They made it clear Philippine forces are ready to defend the site if needed. It signals a shift in strategy. Energy, security, and maritime defense are now tightly linked, and that shift reflects a much bigger regional reality. The West Philippine Sea, Manila's term for its part of the South China Sea, has long been a hotspot. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled that sweeping historical claims like China's 9-line had no legal basis. Beijing rejected that ruling and has continued to assert control anyway. Chinese Coast Guard ships and maritime militia vessels regularly patrol the area. Philippine boats have been intercepted. Encounters at flashpoints like Scarborough Shoal and Second Thomas Shoal have led to repeated standoffs. From Manila's perspective, these actions are coercive. From Beijing's perspective, they're about what it calls historic rights, claims the Philippines and much of the world flatly reject. The result? A steady cycle of protests, diplomatic notes, intense encounters at sea, occasionally eased by talks meant to keep things from spiraling out of control. But as tensions in the West Philippine Sea continue to grow, one thing has become clear: Manila's security calculations are changing, and that brings us to the Philippines' evolving relationship with the United States. At the center of all this is the Philippines' longtime ally, the United States. Under the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, both countries are obligated to help each other if either is attacked. In recent years, Washington has leaned hard into that role, casting itself as a defender of freedom of navigation and a supporter of international law, even though it isn't a signatory to the Maritime Treaty at the heart of these disputes. U.S. warships regularly patrol contested waters, carrying out what they call freedom of navigation operations. Joint exercises with Philippine forces have become routine. Supporters say these moves send a clear signal. No single country gets to control vital sea lanes. But the cooperation doesn't stop there. Security ties have deepened well beyond patrols. The Philippines now takes part in trilateral drills with partners like Japan, expanded training with Australia, and increased rotational access for U.S. forces at key Philippine bases. All of it points to a long-term U.S. commitment to the region. Then came the gas discovery. Suddenly, the stakes went even higher. While Manila remains responsible for defending its own waters, analysts say the visible presence of U.S. naval forces adds another layer of deterrence against potential pressure or intimidation. That said, it also complicates things. China sees foreign military activity in the area as outside interference in what it considers a regional or even internal matter. And that tension puts Manila in a delicate position. For President Marcos Jr. and his administration, the challenge is balance. They've stressed diplomacy, dialogue, and multilateral engagement as ways to reduce tensions, without giving up sovereignty or energy rights. At the same time, the Philippines is strengthening its defenses and widening its network of partners. Beyond the United States, Manila has stepped up security cooperation with Japan, Australia, and other like-minded countries. These partnerships go beyond military drills. They include infrastructure projects, capacity building, and political backing for peaceful dispute resolution. At home, how the Philippine government tells this story matters just as much as what's happening at sea. Officials have leaned into a transparency push, publicly releasing details of confrontations and alleged harassment by foreign vessels. The goal is clear: rally public support, strengthen national unity, and draw international attention to what Manila sees as unlawful behavior. But the impact of the Malampaya East 1 discovery goes far beyond the Philippines. The South China Sea is one of the busiest shipping routes on the planet. Trillions of dollars in trade pass through it every year. On top of that, the region is rich in resources, from fisheries to oil and gas, making it both an economic prize and a strategic pressure point. For the Philippines, natural gas is especially critical. As the country works to cut back on coal and reduce dependence on imported liquefied natural gas, fields like Malampaya, old and new, offer something rare: a reliable domestic energy source. That means more stable power prices, stronger electricity supply, and long-term infrastructure planning. But there's a catch. All of those economic benefits depend on access and stability. If tensions rise or drilling becomes contested, the promise of this gas could quickly fade. That's why neighboring countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei are watching closely. Many of them face similar disputes and share the same vulnerabilities. Despite the friction, many experts still see diplomacy as the best path forward. Upholding international law, reinforcing past rulings, and keeping regional players engaged could help prevent escalation. Some even argue for renewed multilateral talks, focused on legal frameworks, confidence building, and even joint resource development. For now, the Philippines is sticking to a two-track approach, firmly asserting its maritime rights while staying open to cooperative security arrangements. Whether that balance holds depends on decisions made in Manila, Beijing, and Washington. What's clear is this: the discovery of major natural gas reserves in the West Philippine Sea has turned an already tense dispute into a much bigger strategic flashpoint. For the Philippines, it represents hope for energy security and economic growth. For China, it highlights the limits of sweeping claims in the face of international law. And for the United States and its partners, it reinforces the push for a rules-based order in the region. How this plays out won't just shape the future of the South China Sea.